Hi everyone, welcome back to Wonder Weirdness and Witchcraft. This was originally a live stream topic that I was talking about earlier this evening, but then I was interrupted. So here we are. I'm just recording it for you guys. So, I want to talk about using, this is a bit of a kind of like a broad topic with lots of different kind of subjects. It's a little bit of bone magic / using animal parts / animal spirit magic. It's all kind of intertwined, so I'm just going to talk. Basically, I was telling you guys in a live stream the other night about how I was gifted the corpse of a fox. Long story short, I was walking through one of my paddocks, one of my fields, and basically pretty much out of nowhere I was walking and basically almost stood on this dead fox. But it was just weird because I didn't see the fox coming up, and the way that it was lying in the grass looked like it had been picked up and put down directly in front of me. It was just a strange situation. So it was a gift to me from the universe, and I knew that straight away. So what I did was I moved the fox to a different location, a little bit hidden, so other animals and things wouldn't pick at it, and I left it for quite a few months just to naturally decompose and things like that. I'd check on it every few weeks, months, just to make sure that nothing had gotten to it. So once it had all decayed and decomposed, I then took the bones and started cleaning them and treating them and things like that. So now I work with the bones of the fox in my practice. And I use the bones as kind of like a conduit, or I use them as a connection to that energy. And I use the energy of the bones themselves. So I use here, I'll show you, I've got the skull of the animal here, as you can see. And I keep it in this prism terranium, almost as it kind of acts like a spirit house for the spirit of the fox to kind of live in the skull. And the prism triangular pyramid shape is also very good, like a cone of power type situation. So this whole thing is what I work with on my altar. So if I'm needing to work with this spirit or the spirit of fox, capital F, I will bring all of this and place it in the middle of my altar, surround it with crystals, candles, perhaps some other bones, and I'll work with the energies that way. I also work with the spirit of this particular fox, almost like the way that you would work with a familiar. I work with this fox a lot in my meditations, a lot in my spell work, and it's kind of we've kind of got a good relationship happening. I use the fox when I'm working a little bit more on darker forms of magic, when I need to be cunning and sly, and I use it a lot with hexes and things, particularly if I don't want people to know that I cast them, kind of thing, because curses can be trackable, and that's one of the ways that I kind of divert those curses and those charms, is by sending it with the spirit of the fox, so it can be sly and cunning and not noticeable. I also use the fox when working with spirit, with spirits in particular, because they do have a strong kind of connotation with the other side. So not only do I use the spirit of the fox, I also work very closely with the rabbit as well. I've spoken about rabbit before in a few of my videos, but the fox has, for me, been quite a recent thing, and I like working with the two of them, because for me they kind of represent the balance. The fox is the predator, the rabbit is the prey kind of thing, and I use them both respectively, the fox for the darker magic, the rabbit for the lighter magic, I guess you could say, if you wanted to categorize it like that. So I use the skull. I also have in here, this jar is filled with all the other bones of the fox. Smaller bones, vertebrae, things like that. And I use these in particular in spell bags, in my spells, because they are just little and they can fit in, spell jars and bottles and mojo bags and things like that. So I use that. On my altar as well, I always keep this bone, and this is one of the bones from the fox. It's got a little hole in there, if you can see. There you go, you can see that hole. Sometimes I'll string it around as a necklace, I've used it as a pendulum, but I keep this on my altar just as kind of that constant connection to have, whereas this kind of comes and goes from my altar. So that's all I've really got to kind of talk to you about my personal practice, but a lot of people do use other parts of animals, skins, furs, rabbit feet, snake skin. I work with snake skin as well, butterfly wings, all of those types of things I do use in my craft, and a lot of people do. Well, a lot of people don't. A lot of people do, and I think in this particular case with the fox, they're there to be used, and if they are presented to you in that way, I, would be inclined to use them. Put it this way, if I myself wouldn't go out of my way to source those types of things, fox skulls, fox bones, animal skulls and bones, I wouldn't go out of my way to look for them in my practice. If they're gifted to me by nature, then I'll use them. That's really the only way that I'll use them. Feathers and bird wings and birds' feet and beaks and skulls and, all of that stuff, all of the good stuff. If it's not gifted to me by nature and by the universe for a reason, I wouldn't go out of my way to look for them, or I would never, hurt or kill an animal just to use their parts. I'm not about that. You've got to do it ethically, otherwise I definitely believe that energy will come through in their bones, in their wings, in their, in those parts, and that can negatively affect your workings or your spellcraft. So that's just my little chat about bones and spirit and animal spirit work. If you've got any questions, or if you work with animal bones, or you've got work with animal totems or spirit animals, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you've got any other questions or topics about anything witchy or otherwise, please also ask below, because there is an opportunity, there's an opportunity for those to be addressed in something new and exciting next week. So stay tuned for that. Also, Wonder Witness Witchcraft is now on Facebook, so please send me a friend request, Alex Morabito, Wonder Witness Witchcraft in brackets. So please send me a friend request, and that's just another way that we can interact with one another. So thank you guys. Definitely let's get a discussion going in the comments, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.